Have you ever wondered what really brings a civilization to its knees? It's not always a dramatic invasion or a sudden catastrophe. Sometimes it's something quieter, a slow erosion of the very systems that gave it life. Today, we're traveling back in time to the ancient kingdom of Saba, in what is now Yemen, to uncover the story of one of the greatest engineering marvels of the ancient world, the Great Dam of Marib. This isn't just a story about stones and water. It's a profound lesson about sustainability, a lesson that echoes through the centuries and speaks directly to the challenges we face today. For over 1,000 years, from around the 8th century BC, the Great Dam of Marib was the heart of a thriving civilization. Imagine a massive wall stretching nearly 600 meters across a valley built not just to hold back water, but to channel it to tame the seasonal floods of the Dana Valley and turn a harsh desert landscape into a lush, fertile paradise. This wasn't primitive engineering. This was precision. The Sabaeans, the people who built it, were masters of hydrology. They understood the land, the flow of water, and the delicate balance required to sustain life in an arid environment. The dam wasn't just a single structure, it was the core of a complex and sophisticated irrigation network. Sluice gates, canals, and distribution channels fanned out from the main reservoir, watering to vast oases. What ancient inscriptions called the Two Gardens of Marib. These gardens covered thousands of acres, supporting a population of tens of thousands of people. The city of Marib became a major hub on the legendary incense route, a center of wealth, trade, and culture. The dam was the engine of their prosperity, a testament to their ingenuity and their deep understanding of their environment. They had solved the fundamental problem of the desert, water scarcity. But here's where the story takes a turn. Even the most brilliant systems are fragile. They require constant care, unwavering commitment, and social unity. As centuries passed, the world around Saba began to change, trade routes shifted. The Romans found new sea routes to India, bypassing the overland incense trade that had made Marib so wealthy. Economic prosperity began to wane. With less wealth flowing into the kingdom, the monumental task of maintaining the dam became more and more difficult. Think about what it would take to maintain such a structure. It required a huge, coordinated labor force. It required political stability, a central authority strong enough to mobilize resources and organize the work. But as political unity fractured and the kingdom weakened, the maintenance of the dam began to decline. Cracks, quite literally, started to appear in the foundation of their society. The sediment built up in the reservoir, reducing its capacity. The stonework, once perfectly maintained, began to degrade. The dam didn't just fail once. Historical and archaeological evidence suggests a series of breaches and collapses over several centuries. The first major recorded breach happened around the 4th century AD. The community rallied, they repaired it, but each collapse was a devastating blow. It would have unleashed catastrophic floods, wiping out crops, destroying homes, and washing away the precious topsoil that had been cultivated for generations. Each time, the delicate balance between society and the environment was damaged. They rebuilt it again and again. Inscriptions tell of heroic efforts to repair the dam, but each repair was likely less robust than the last, a reflection of their dwindling resources and fractured society. The final, catastrophic collapse is traditionally dated to around 570 AD. By this point, the system was too broken to fix. The society no longer had the collective will or the resources to undertake such a massive project. The two gardens, once symbols of life and abundance, were swallowed by the desert. The people of Marib scattered, abandoning the city that had been their home for over a millennium. The great civilization that had flourished for so long, powered by its incredible engineering, simply faded away. So what's the real lesson here? The fall of Marib wasn't a failure of intelligence. The Sabaeans were brilliant engineers. It was a failure of sustainability. They had a system that worked beautifully, but they lost the social and political cohesion required to maintain it. Their story teaches us a quiet but powerful truth. Civilizations don't usually collapse in a single fiery moment. They erode. They fall apart slowly, piece by piece, when the systems that support them are neglected. When we look back at the past, we often have this image of primitive people living simple lives. But the story of the Marib Dam shows us something different. The past wasn't primitive, it was incredibly precise. Ancient peoples often solved complex problems of resource management and environmental engineering with a sophistication that we still struggle with today. They understood that their survival was directly tied to the health of their environment and the strength of their social fabric. The ruins of the Great Dam of Marib still stand today, a silent monument in the Yemeni desert. They are a reminder that even the greatest achievements are vulnerable, that prosperity is fragile, and that sustainability isn't just about technology. It's about community, foresight, and the collective will to maintain the systems that give us life. It's a lesson from the ancient world, but it's a message that has never been more relevant than it is right now. What do you think? Are there parallels to the challenges we face in our own time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this journey into the past interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the hidden lessons of history. Thanks for watching.